as Doomy.
Hello everyone, my name is Hecthor Doomhammer and welcome to the update vlog of Sunday, June 17th, 2018. I know it's been a while since the last time that I sat in front of the camera just to talk to you. The last vlog actually being the birthday vlog where I had Maelstrom over when we had a blast, of course. But a lot of stuff has happened in the meantime and I just wanted to take my time to make sure that I knew exactly what was going on before I would just make a new vlog, because I've got a lot of stuff going on. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is the fact that once again I have a new job. Yeah, I know, another new job, a new job, a new job, a new job. You keep switching, Doomy, blah blah blah. Yeah, but trust me, if you were working under the conditions that I was working at, with absolutely no future prospects whatsoever, a place where you were on paper for 38 hours, but starting mid-February, all of a sudden, the maximum I would be working was 22 hours per week, being only half days rather than full days. Then, yeah, you'd probably be with me on this one and say like, well, it's too much. Well, apparently I forgot to mention where I work right now. So since half of March, I started working at a company called Handicare. It provides stair lifts, so if people can't really walk that well anymore, then they can use a lift, just sit down and they just get carried upstairs. I work in the warehouse mostly, 3 days a week, and 2 days a week I work in the incoming goods. I actually prefer the incoming goods because that's more my thing, but warehouse, it's okay. And in terms of feeling secure about my future, I don't think I have much to worry about. They're teaching me a lot of stuff that involves like the more in-depth, but I've already run the warehouse itself 1 week and I've run the incoming goods 1 week myself, and I think that I may have a future. I'm not gonna be like fully like secure yet, like fully 100% confident, but I think that this may just be the one. So next topic on the list is a family trip that I took. My parents celebrated their 40th anniversary this year, and they took me, my brother-in-law, my sister, my nephew and my niece to Disneyland in Paris, and it was an absolute blast. It was the first time I actually visited Disneyland, so I was like kind of excited. I used to be a huge theme park fanatic, where at some points I was actually in a theme park somewhere in Europe at least twice a month, and sometimes even like once a week. But yeah, at some point my body was just like, nah, you're a little too old for this, so stop. But luckily, I didn't feel any, I didn't like have any issues with this time around. And yeah, afterwards, this happened.
Well, I'm sitting at the Disneyland station, train station, as I've now left my family, and I'm waiting for Maelstrom to pick me up. I told him I was here just a moment ago, so I expect him to be here like any second. Guess
always the same guy.
Always the same guy. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
First things first.
First things first, what? What's the...
I told you I was thirsty. I'm thirsty. Also, between the two of us, I believe it. You've always been the goofy one. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So yeah.
It's brand new.
Yeah, I just bought it.
Yeah.
Figured so. Yeah.
Coffee than usual. That's nice.
So we're gonna go to a concert tonight and do other stuff. What I don't know, we'll see. Later.
I actually had to look into the folder that I made for all of the photos and videos that I recorded, as I actually was supposed to record a complete vlog of the entire travel, but just being with the family, just trying to enjoy Disneyland Paris for the first time, and also just trying to enjoy the rest of my vacation, I just stopped vlogging altogether. I was just like, you know what, let's just enjoy this. I did record a couple of things, but just really not worth much talking about. What we did was that on Wednesday, the Wednesday that I went to see Maelstrom, is that a buddy of mine who is in one metal band was performing in Paris with another metal band, and we went to see them. wasn't really Maelstrom's style, but I definitely enjoyed it, and my friend was really happy to see me because he didn't know I was even there. So that was kind of funny, yeah, just to see the look on his face as I screamed his name like "Brother!" was fun, and also the last band that performed, Zornheim, really cool. Also, of course, as you see right there, I always have to look where I'm supposed to point on the screen. We had beer, and there was plenty of beer, and a lot more beer, and then beer? Did I mention beer already? I think I did. Beer, yeah, beer. But, speaking of beer, last time that I was in Paris, Maelstrom and I went for a little walk, and at some point my beer senses started to tingle. I pointed in a general direction, like, we've got beer over there, and within 2 minutes we had beer. So Maelstrom wanted to test out how strong my beer senses were, and he took me to a park, one of the bigger parks in Paris, and he told me that there was this place where you can have stuff to drink that was very popular with the students, but that he and Tifa couldn't find in the 2-3 times that they were there. So he wanted to test my beer senses and see if I could find it. And of course, what did he do? Maelstrom being Maelstrom. There was an entrance relatively close to where it was, and he took us to the entrance that was furthest away from it. And he gave me an hour to find it. If I would find this place within the hour, he would buy the beer, and if I didn't manage to find it in an hour, then he would turn on his GPS as he had the address and the coordinates set in his GPS. He would turn that on, and we would walk straight to it, and then I had to pay for the beer. Well, first half hour we were just wandering around in the first area of the park, and he tried to convince me that this was the only area of the park, and I think we pretty much took every single path there were. And within 5 minutes I did find one place where they had some stuff to drink, including beer. So my beer senses didn't fail me, there was beer there, but sadly it wasn't the proper place. So I think I may have found 2 other places in the first half hour. Well, sadly, they weren't the places either, and at some point I was just like, I'm missing something. Hey, I haven't seen that path yet. Let's go that path. And Maelstrom was trying to prevent me going that path, but nope, we went there. Hey, this is an entire new section of the park. We haven't explored this yet. And then he tried to stall for as much time as possible, as we saw some people training some martial arts, and Maelstrom being into martial arts, he was like, hey, can we stop here and just look at this? I'm like, sure, given that you paused the timer. No, the timer will not be paused. Then we're not stopping. Are you sure that you don't want to stop somewhere else to drink? Only if the timer stops. No, then we won't stop. It took me 38 minutes in total to find that place. In your face, Maelstrom. My beer senses don't ever fail me. And I just like rubbed it in his face the entire time. And I'm still doing that right now, Maelstrom. Nah, I found that place. And that beer was delicious. It tasted like victory. Delicious. So yeah, that was certainly the adventure. We didn't really do much else. We visited Tifa at her new place. You may remember that girl that was living at Maelstrom's place last year. She's moved on to a different place. Very close. Actually very close to where we had that beer when we went on our walk last year. So it was like, hey, isn't that the place where we had the beer? Yeah. Oh, cool. And yeah, pretty much nothing else happened. Like I said, I stopped recording any vlogs and whatnot, so this part that you just saw was the most fun part. As I told him, like, I'm gonna bring my thirst. So yeah, that happened. The next subject is gonna be a little less pleasant. For those that have been paying attention to how I sound, for the last years, I've sounded like I've had a stuffy nose. I've got a constant cold and whatnot. Well, at some point, I believe it was April, yeah, just before my trip to Disneyland, I decided to visit the doctor to like check it out, and it turns out that I have polyps in my nose and all the cavities in my skull. So during my trip in Paris, I had some medication, which apparently was the strongest medication in order to try and get rid of them. But these things are very persistent. They're still here. So the next step, as the other option, was surgery. I pretty much knew that I would need to have surgery for this, and I told the doctor that the reason that I waited this long was because I was just terrified. I'm terrified of having sharp objects near here. So, yeah, not the nicest experience, but luckily, once the surgery will happen, which is going to be August 7th on a Tuesday, they're going to knock me completely out with anesthesia. It's going to be a day treatment, so I will be going home the same day, but I won't be able to work for an entire week. But afterwards, the results should be that I can breathe through my nose again. I won't sound like I've got a constant cold, and I'll be able to actually improve my health again, because what I plan on doing is doing a lot more exercising on the days where I will not stream. So, yeah, just in general, just great stuff to look forward to. And I'm actually excited because I can't wait to breathe through my nose again, and I can't wait to sound like myself, like I'm supposed to sound. So, yeah, I've got that to look forward to. Surgery. So, that new hobby that I started in November, being a roadie, is still going really well. Recently, for one of the bands, Hollowed Fire, I actually recorded parts of their concert. Luckily, there was great lighting. And as a bit of a little fun project for myself, I decided to make a video clip, a music video. And while they really liked the idea, there were a lot of things that, looking back on it, I agree that aren't really that good. So what we will do is, I said just like do a couple more concerts. If I can be there, I will be there. I will roadie for you guys. And if the lighting is great, I will record a lot more, and I'll actually try and edit something better together. But yeah, yesterday, Saturday, June 16th, I did some roadieing for Morvigor. We went to Hengelo, and I was home at 4 in the morning, tired as fuck. So I woke up just like exhausted today. Kind of didn't feel like doing this vlog, but I said I would, so I finally did it. And Friday, I may or may not have another roadie gig for Morvigor. Luckily, it's in Herengewaard, very close to my hometown, but that remains to be seen. At least, yeah, I'm still enjoying it, and I wouldn't continue doing this if I wasn't enjoying it. So I'm looking to a very full schedule for the next few weeks. In July, apparently, it's going to be very quiet. August is also looking quite quiet, probably because of summer holidays. And in September, stuff is just picking up again, and we'll see where it ends. I'm hoping that I can do this for a very long time. I just pumped 827 euros into maintenance for my car. So that thing should be driving for another 2 years. It should go to the through the MOT, which is the annual safety checkup, without much of a hitch in November. So I've got plenty of fun stuff to look forward to. And I guess that you're all here for this, my streaming and YouTube related stuff. For those that have been paying attention, I recently uploaded videos of a game called Agony. It's a survival-ish, horror-ish kind of game about a journey through hell. Mostly because I went on a personal journey to my personal hell and back. Also, the aesthetics were really appealing to me. Sadly, aesthetics aren't everything, and I'm gonna have to give this game a 6 out of 10. But I did enjoy most of it. And I'm actually done with the game already. I streamed everything. And I've got videos of that coming up until July 1st. But in terms of actual coming back to a sort of schedule, I'm just going to stream whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it. I will announce it most likely on the day itself. Just don't place your bets on like when I'm gonna do Rise of the Dread content, when I'm gonna do Contra content, when I'm gonna do Mental Omega content. I don't know. I do still want to get back into the whole Command & Conquer mod spotlights, as I still have to finish Operation Firestorm. I'll get around to that. Just don't pin me on anything, please. Also, I have a new webcam. The old webcam just had issues where it just didn't connect with OBS anymore. I just saw widescreen. So yes. Earlier this week, I just decided, like, screw it, I'm gonna buy a new webcam. Just got an upgrade. Also, I bought a new navigation system for my car. So yeah, I'm done spending buttloads of money for the next while. Hopefully, I can actually start saving up for some cool stuff that I've got planned in the future. But one thing you can look forward to, hopefully, which probably will be a Twitch-only thing, because I'm expecting YouTube to be copywriting striking me out of the ass, is a game called Brutal Legends, which was gifted to me by Maelstrom. But, like I said, I don't know when, I don't know where, what. Just, like, keep your eyes on my Facebook, keep your eyes on my Discord, which link in the movie description. I'll just do whatever I want, whenever I want, because after all, this is my channel, not yours. So, this has pretty much been all that's been going on with me in the past couple of months. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. It helps out a great deal. My name is Hecthor Doomhammer. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.